Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at different YouTubers and celebrities and point out some traits that they seem to show that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD. Please do not send any snark to our subjects. Welcome back to Sunday Stories. As I mentioned, all my true crime masterpieces get demonetized, and it's disheartening because I spend literal hours on them. I mean, I enjoy it, but oh well, así es la vida. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to play around with our Sunday slot and see what works for you and me, and let's just see how it all works out. Tonight, I'm going to try a little creepy, sleepy story. Many of you like to fall asleep to our narc alerts, so I thought, let's try a creepy little story where there's no amber screeching to shake you out of your slumber. Tonight's story is brought to us by Void Whisperer, who contributes to the No Sleep forums on Reddit. It's called, "There's a convenience store in my neighborhood no one ever steals from twice." Summerwave was a small store in my town that was a haven for anyone with $10. They sold the usual: candy bars, soda, chips, and wine coolers, all reasonably priced. I would always go down there as a kid and use the allowance Mum gave me to get chips and soda for an afternoon of gaming. The store itself was cozy and welcoming. Small rows of snacks with warm-colored walls and young manager's favorite vaporwave music playing on the radio. The manager, Tiffany, was a nice woman who would often leave the counter to do something on her computer. It wasn't unusual to walk in and think the place was closed, because no one was there. But ring the bell at the counter and she would come and help you. I was an honest kid and I always rang the bell to pay. But I did notice that there weren't any security cameras. It was all too easy for a robber to just walk in, slip a soda into his pocket, and get away scot-free. I asked Tiffany how she stops theft in her store, but she just shrugged and said, "No one ever steals from here twice." I didn't see how she could possibly know if someone stole from there twice, seeing as how she was always looking at her screen. But I do know now. I walked to the store and I saw police officers there. They were interviewing Tiffany. Apparently a mile up the road, someone had just ran his car off a cliff. Upon inspecting the wreckage, the police found his brakes were cut. "Are you sure you didn't see anyone tampering with the vehicle? Sources say his last stop was here," the investigator asked. "No, I didn't even really see him come in." The detective folded his book and shook her hand. "All right, miss. Ring us up for 2 sodas, and we will be on our way." As the police walked away, I asked her myself, "Hey, so what was that about?" She smiled, happy to see me. "That? Well, apparently somebody was in my shop, and I didn't know it. Thought I heard someone come in, but I didn't hear him or her ring the bell. I came to the fast conclusion that they must have stolen something to get out with such subterfuge." "Okay, well, I'll take some donuts, please." She rang me up, and I was on my way. That was the first strange encounter I had with the local legends surrounding that place. A week later, I'd made a new friend named David. He was a cool kid. Other than being a troubled delinquent, we were going to the Summerwave store when David noticed there was nobody inside, and Tiffany was in the back helping her daughter with her homework. "Bro, watch this." I watched as he snaked his way through the store and grabbed all kinds of snacks and cakes and chips. He had clearly done this before. "Bro, look at that. Didn't pay a penny." "You shouldn't do that. She's a nice lady." "Yeah, she's also dumb as rocks. Let's go play Left 4 Dead." After getting home that night, I went to bed wondering if I should continue my friendship with David or find friends that didn't steal. I never realized that playing Xbox with him that night was one of the last nights I would have to spend with him. The next morning, I hear news that David died in his sleep. A heart attack. His mum wept bitterly, and his dad didn't want to come out of the house. Soon it would be my turn to face the horror that brought his untimely end. It was a month later, and I was at the end of my money. The heat was oppressive. I'd give anything for a can of soda. August was not forgiving. And as I walked past Summerwave, the heat made me crazy enough for an idea. I would sneak in while Tiffany was napping and steal 2 cans of soda. One for the day and one for tomorrow. Then, as soon as I can, I would pay back Miss Tiffany as soon as possible. I crept in like a bandit, hoping no one would see me. I was worried someone might walk in, but I was quick enough. I got 2 cherry sodas and I ran out. I thought I would get off with no consequence. I was wrong. That night, I went to bed with the fan blowing on me, and I was just about to fall into sleep when I noticed the fan go off, and a dark, malicious presence behind me. I was trapped in sleep paralysis, facing the wall, too terrified to turn around and see the thing that was lurking over me. "Thief," I hear it say. Thieves aren't welcome in this neighborhood. I could move my mouth and speak loud enough to explain myself. "Please, I had no money and it was so hot. I will pay her back." It sounded like excuses coming out of my mouth. "Lies. You're just like your friend. You stole from my store, my family, and my legacy. Why shouldn't I?" "Please, I pay every time. It was just this once." "I can tell you're not lying. You get one more chance, but steal so much as a candy bar and it will be the last time you do." I felt his grip on me release, and I jumped out of bed and I turned on the lights to nothing. I still shop there to this day, but I always make sure to ring the bell and pay because when I'm in there, I can feel something watching me. Well, that was a little creepy. Thank you for listening. I will try and source out a better, longer story for next week, if you all enjoy this format. If any of you are writers and would like to have any stories on YouTube, please contact me at thenarcalert@gmail.com. I just know there's some talent out there in the crowd. We will be back tomorrow with more of your favorite girl, and Wednesday with a non-Amber Narc alert. Please click like if you like, and definitely leave a comment. I love your thoughts and feedback. Now, you know the drill. Go, be kind, and hasta luego.